Hi, good afternoon. I'm Lisa. This is my friend Dawn, and we are the Codependent Knitters.
Welcome.
And we're coming to you from Sarnia, Ontario.
So, yeah. And this is a knitting podcast. If you're just joining us, thank you for checking us out. And if you're coming back, thanks for coming back.
Welcome back to the Crazies.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a jam-packed episode today. So we don't have a lot of, we're going to try not to go on any detours.
We'll poke.
We've got some prizes to give away, some new knit-alongs we're announcing. We had some adventures.
Yes.
We've got a special tour of our local yarn shop that we'll insert probably about midway. We'll put that in for you. Lots of whips and a big shop update for my shop, which I'll have at the end.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, lots of stuff.
Where do you want to start? You want to start with the giveaways?
Sure.
All right, perfect.
Woohoo.
Actually, do you want to start with that one? Mention that?
No.
Come on, I'm so proud of you.
Okay, an update on my cowl. My cowl pattern is with the tech editor now, so I hope to have it back soon, and I hope to have that out.
I think that's so awesome.
Once I get it back, I just have to figure out how to put it on Ravelry and get all that set up. So by the end of the month, I hope. I had 3 testers, so thank you so much to Ange. She is on the Faking Sanity podcast in Dawson Creek.
Nice.
And she made, oh my gosh, you haven't even seen the pictures yet.
No.
I'll show the pictures. I can pop them in here. Hey, what the heck? Because people have seen mine. I'll pop it in here. She did one in gradient pinks.
Okay, perfect.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
And Lori from Fiber Vixen Dye Work, she did a faded one using her own.
Oh, nice. Good call.
Also beautiful. And my friend Shirley, hers is still a work in progress, but she's using, it's a beautiful, like, I think it's like a bluey, like almost like Cousteau, like Madeline-Tosh Cousteau. Yeah. It's a rich bluey green color, and it's by an indie dyer, and I can't remember who. It might be Prairie Dye Studio, but I don't have a picture of that yet. But
we can check later.
Yeah, but Shirley's still finishing hers.
Perfect.
So I'm so happy with their test knits, and I just told them, like, pick whatever you want. I want you to love it. So if you want to do gradient, great. If you want to do solid, whatever.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yay!
So that's coming soon.
And I can't wait.
I know.
I'm very excited for you.
It's more stressful than starting our podcast. Totally.
That's good. We gotta get
so the details coming soon, and when it's out, I don't know if I'll wait for our next podcast. I might.
Who did you send the other one to?
Which one?
The one you made. The first one you made. Didn't you send it?
Oh, that went to my friend Stacy. That's the one Lisa was. I'll put the piece.
Sorry, Lisa.
I should just mention, when it comes to my shop update, I hope you'll stick around for it, because I have a very special collaboration with a fantastic dyer.
You have to stick around for it. It is gorgeous. Yes. I've seen it on the dining room table, and it is
So beautiful. There are some, I'm not
beautiful.
You have to watch. I'm going to tell you about it later, but
it's not gray.
It's not gray, and there are kits that I worked with an indie dyer, and you'll hear all about that. Okay, so let's
do the winners.
Let's do our cow winners.
Okay, so we've already done the random picking.
Yep.
So basically, for Whip It,
with the help of Siri, who was particularly cranky this morning. Okay, so
for the Whip It Real Good, which one is it?
That's this one. Okay. So the winner was Linda. Yay! Linda, and she's in Pennsylvania, and you win the candy coated yarn.
That is really pretty. It reminds me of Easter colors and spring.
Well, it was from our Easter line, but I mean,
springy.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Totally.
And I like the little sparkle,
and it's got
like a little.
There. You just catch some of it when it turns in the light. You can see very, very delicate Stelina. So congratulations, and
Yay.
she knit the girl from the grocery store shawl. So that was her winning entry. Then we had the Bust Some Stash knit along, and there were like 100 and. That's the winner. The winner was number 110, but there were so many entries in this one. It was fantastic.
Yes.
So the winner was number 110, Ravelry ID the Zensha. Yay!
Yay! Good job.
So that is Ada, and she knit a pair of socks that I think she said she'd had the yarn for 10 years. So congratulations, Ada.
It's this one.
Yeah, you're going to win this bag from Bramble Knits. And I'm just going to turn it. If you turn it towards the light from the window, you can see the colors. Yeah, beautiful. It's a beautiful bag. And then
gorgeous.
Cute little pom-pom. And the
I like this shirt.
Yeah.
All right, very cool.
So congratulations, Ada. We'll get that. You'll need to get in touch with us and give us your mailing address.
Okay, and then there was the last one, which I thought was kind of fun to see everybody went on the. So it's Bramble Knits.
Yeah, we asked everyone to check out her Etsy shop and comment what bag you liked. And I know some people bought bags from her, which is fantastic. So thank you so much for supporting her. And the winner from this one was number 25. Not Christine, who is Christine. She is Christine. It's not with a K. Not Christine from North Bay.
Perfect.
So that's this bag.
It's really cute. With I love the stitching along the bottom.
Isn't that beautiful?
That's really kind of cute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Woohoo!
And then I don't know if I showed the inside. Pretty green fabric.
All right.
So congratulations, everyone. Get in touch with us, either me on Ravelry or on Instagram, and we'll just need your mailing addresses, and we'll get those out to you.
Okay, so we're here.
Yeah. After our last episode, we started a new knit along, and we just put it on Instagram, I think, right? Because we had just finished.
Yeah,
it was
we
right
put it
after
on the
our podcast.
Instagram, and we also put it on Ravelry.
So we called it Stuff You Can't Wear Knit Along.
Yeah, and it's anything you cannot wear. So home accessories, cleaning, like cloths,
bags,
bags,
baskets. Someone put some little felted bowls.
Ooh,
so,
nice.
Yeah.
I was thinking I could make those little.
You could do
pods.
plant pots.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cute.
Yeah, little blankets for your plant pots.
Yeah,
sweaters.
Plant sweaters. Yeah, because you still have that book. I should take that home.
Yeah, so anything like that.
And the second one we're going to do is a fade, and we're going to call it
Be a Fade. Be very a fade. So it'll be the Be a Fade. Be a Fade.
Yeah.
We'll put that in our Ravelry group. And the reason we came up with this one is because I've started Freer Fade. Although I'm actually going to, I might start it over with just a smaller needle size. I'm not very far in. Mm-hmm. Knit Stitch in London, Suzanne is starting a
fade.
It might be Free Your Fade as well. Yeah, it's one. It's either Find Your. I think it's Free Your Fade. She's starting a knit along.
Like tons of new patterns with the fade concept in it.
There's a new one out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's Hohe's. Fading Point.
Yes, and it's beautiful.
Just came out
yesterday.
I know. It just came out on April 12th. So it's like her starting point. It's a very generous sized rectangle that you do in 2 pieces, and this one is faded.
Yeah, I liked the starting point, but I wouldn't have. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
But I like this one.
Mm-hmm. I do.
I really like it.
Other than it's quite generous. Yeah. So, and I haven't looked at the pattern, so I don't know if you could modify it and make it smaller. So I don't know if I will make that one, but
perfect.
But it's really nice. I actually like it better than starting point. I think.
Yeah, it's more me.
Yeah, same with me. More me.
Yeah. You don't like stripes.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are
anything that's a fade.
Anything, yeah.
Yeah.
If you fade socks, if you...
Oh, wait, because you're also going to be doing... You have plans to do...
I have a sweater. I have old oak yarns, custom dyed, and it fades. It kind of fades. It's kind of a cross between a gradient and a fade. Kind of. Yeah, so...
But you're just going to pick a pattern you like and fade it.
Yeah.
Not a specific faded pattern. Okay.
No, I was thinking the Flax by Tin Can Knits is really good. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. So those are our current knit-alongs.
We get to do this one next? Oh.
When we say knit-along, like crochet's included. I mean, if you weave, right? Felting, weaving, needle felting, if you make like a picture for your home.
Even the fades you could do with weaving.
Yeah, you could. Oh. That would be cool. I don't know how to weave, but that would be cool.
That'd be really cool. So
we always just put knit along because we primarily knit and it's just easier. But in general, we do include other techniques as well.
Other art forms, we call them.
Okay. And now let's talk about
snoring. It's the funniest thing.
Abby, she's my old girl. She's 16. I know. Sometimes I have to like wake her up if I'm not asleep yet and she's on the bed. It's loud.
I couldn't figure out what that noise was. Okay, so
Yeah.
road trip.
Okay.
Woo!
We had a few.
We did.
Should we do this first? Because chronologically, that's where we went
That was where
first.
we went first. Okay, so
We had to do a trip across the river to Michigan.
Yeah.
Because we went to pick up the Dushi. No, different trip.
No, that was all the same trip.
Was it?
We went to Dishy, we went to Joann's, and we went to Hobby Lobby.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what did you get at Hobby Lobby? I bought fabric, first of all. I got fabric at Joann, and I got fabric at Hobby Lobby.
And we got a big box of Dishy.
And we picked up our order of Dishy.
Yeah. So,
Hobby Lobby. Okay, so get those ready to talk about.
Yeah, they're all ready. They're ready here.
If you're a stitcher, all of the stitching groups are kind of going crazy with Hobby Lobby's sale. They're kind of, I haven't heard if they're going out of stitching kits or just clearing out certain ones.
They had regular price ones there when we were there.
Yeah, but I think it's increased.
Really?
They were just starting it. Yes.
Okay, so I am not a stitcher. I have not tried it.
You're going to.
I'm going to try it. So I bought these kind of as ideas to maybe get my daughter to try something. Mm-hmm. And they're really super cute. And it was I felt like that IKEA commercial. Dawn, start the car! Because this one here, like, it's so cute. And it says Beautiful.
And they're like,
and it has everything.
Like 70% off, 80%
It was like $6.99 for $1.75.
Yeah.
So,
as I always say, costs more to talk about it.
Yeah. So, and then there's Love Anchors the Heart.
That's a cute one.
Hey, look, it goes with my shirt.
And you can if you don't like the colors that come in the kit, you can put a different color.
I will love you always.
That's cute.
Yeah. And then this one here, which we changed the red to gray because we have a gray cat, not a orange cat.
So is she working on that now?
She didn't start. There's another one that's just a little heart. She started with that one, and she's actually done one full color. So she's kind of
So you're gonna pick up another hobby?
Yeah, I am. And what else did I get? And you know what else I got when we were there I got macrame. I want to make one of those old plant hangers.
They're new school again.
Yeah, they're new school. So I got the cord and beads. So I'm going to try that, but it's always fun to go there, right?
What else? What are those silver things?
They're just the rings for the top.
Oh, for the mat. Okay, for the plant hanger.
Yeah, for the plant hanger. So yeah, that's...
Yeah. And I bought fabric, which...
you'll see later.
I don't know if any of that fabric from that trip is in my update, but yeah, some of it might be.
Perfect. So that was that one, and we bought a
fun.
big box of Dishy, which you probably saw on Instagram. And it's all been... Yeah.
They had a sale. Nip Hits had a sale on Dishy, so we had a few friends join us and we put an order in. Yeah. It's put away somewhere. I don't know. It's stuffed in my closet. Mm-hmm. Okay. Then
we had a local trip.
We did a little road trip.
That was really fun. That was kind of spontaneous.
It was. A lot of the things we do were spontaneous.
We were, like yesterday.
Yeah.
Want to go for a burger?
She texted me at like 10 to 12. Do you want to go for lunch? For a burger? I'm like, yeah.
No. If you can leave now.
Yeah.
Because I have shoes on,
so we have to go now, like right now. So it was like, get in the car, go.
But yeah, so we went to Country Yarns.
Which is about 10-15 minute drive outside of Sarnia. On the way, like between Sarnia and Petrolia.
Yes, I called her and she got my needles in. Yeah. That's why.
So she carries Chalgu, and Lisa had tried one of the red lace for socks and loved it. So
Noelle lent it to me. Yeah. So I loved it. So I bought two
Chalgu red lace.
Yeah, so they're amazing. They're really good. One is like a 2.25 and one is 2.5.
And Country Yarns has an online shop, so everything that's in her store you can get online from her website. So she'll ship, and if she doesn't have it, like you had to order these because she didn't have
them in stock.
The size, but she's very quick about getting her ordering done and.
But I think I ordered them the week before.
Yeah.
It was something crazy like that, yeah. So, and then she had these little dewies.
Yeah, those were neat. I bought one too.
I'm losing it over here. Yeah, so they come like this.
For stitching. So, it might be easier to show on a small one. It's like a little spring release. Yeah. You just squeeze.
You squeeze.
Oh, well, they're connected.
And it pops in.
So then you put your fabric over it and then just put the frame on.
And I thought these would, because we got the small ones for my daughter.
For the little kids.
For the little kids, this would work.
So I got a slightly bigger one.
Yeah, so I got small, medium, and you got the big ones.
I've never seen these before.
Yeah, so they're kind of cute. I think they were like $2
That one was like $2.49.
And this was like $2.
This was a little bit more.
Yeah. And then what else did we do?
Wait, I should mention.
Right.
I forgot to mention last time. So on a previous trip to Country Yarns, I picked up this. It's by Diamond Yarn, and it's just a different kind of
gauge counter. You know what? I'm not liking that. Can you put something behind it so you can see it here? Just put it in front of that.
So you can just see it's clear, so you can put it right over your fabric, and then you can count in the cutout, which is kind of cool. And it has these little teeth. Mm-hmm. So it'll just
kind of
won't slide on your knitting.
That's it. Yeah. That's a really cool idea.
Isn't that neat?
It is.
I just thought, it's just a different one. I just put a ruler down. I don't have one with the cutout.
That's cool. I like the cutout. It's a good idea.
So great little tool. Country Yarns. And from Country Yarns, we drove to Petrolia. We went to Petrolia. We weren't planning to, but we decided to go to Petrolia.
There's a cute little store there. It's really nice. It's called the Tea Mercantile, and it's right downtown Petrolia. And everybody talks about this place. Everybody knows it's really crazy at Christmas time. It's beautiful at Christmas time. They have a lot of really neat stuff. It's a home and
gift store. Really unique things.
And Dawn had never been, so I said, "Oh, well, hey, we have to go." Yeah. So off we went to the store. It was nice. It's kind of one of those shops you wander, and there's all sorts of little strange things and neat things and interesting things that you don't see elsewhere.
Yeah.
So that was kind of nice.
A lot of unique things.
And
then from there we drove to Kamlaki.
Kamlaki, yes.
Which is up right on the shore of Lake Huron.
Yeah. It's a really nice place.
Because you wanted to check out a store.
I wanted to check out this store I follow on Instagram, and it's called Lake Life.
Lake Life Studio.
Lake Life Studio. And they do it's a
stained glass, not stained glass. It's a fused glass studio.
Yeah, it's a fused glass studio, and they have workshops. And she has beautiful things that she's made, but there's also mugs, obviously.
These are made. Yeah, these were made for her by a pottery duo called Mad Pursuit. Yeah, Mad Pursuit Pottery in Sarnia. And they also make mugs for Refined Fool, which is the brew house we go to have burgers. But they make beautiful mugs. I actually have a Mad Pursuit bowl, I think.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, that I bought from a pottery show.
But they're beautiful. The color's beautiful. Even this one here, it's gray, but it's white. Like, it's just gorgeous. It's beautiful.
This could be a yarn bowl. Like, you could put a smaller...
Yeah.
You could put a gobstopper in here.
And it's kind of cool because mine's not perfectly round.
Oh, I like that.
It's almost flat. Yeah, it's flattened right there. It's kind of cool. Part. But it's really nice. I love it.
These are solid.
Love it.
Like, you could defend yourself with one of these. I love big, chunky mugs like this.
Also, and that was beautiful.
Yeah, and she does classes. You can book classes with a group. So we're looking into maybe doing that in the fall.
See what other trouble we can get into. Now, this is an interesting story.
Yes. First I'm going to show you. I bought a t-shirt for my husband.
I wanted one, but I didn't want to dress like her husband.
I love her. I love her logo.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
She actually has those done in glass that you can hang in the window.
Just the feathers.
Yeah. So, it's kind of...
But look at that. It's like a...
It actually looks like a feather, but it's actually...
a sail.
It looks like a sail, but it also looks like a tree.
Oh, it does.
Like a evergreen by the water. So yeah, it's beautiful. Really nice shop. So the story is a certain amount of the proceeds go to the
Lake Huron Center for Coastal Conservation. So a portion of your purchase goes there.
Yeah. No, just the shirts. Just the apparel.
Just the garments.
Yeah,
not
just the
apparel.
Items. Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty
she's got tanks.
And she's really excited about that too. Hoodies, t-shirts. Yeah.
So this is not like, this is any lake, right? So if you have like a cottage or spend time at the lake, these are just great. I love it. We love the lake here. We love going out on it. So I got that for my husband, and we're gonna look into booking a class. What?
I was just trying to see how much it is. How much? Yeah, a portion.
It doesn't say. It's just a portion. A percent.
So I mean,
she donates a percentage.
Yeah, and So that was our adventure that day, and we also went to the art gallery in Brights Grove.
Gallery in the Grove.
Yeah.
Which is a lovely little art gallery just above the library in Brights Grove.
And it does local artists.
And because they had some of her fused glass creations there, so we just wanted to go check those out as well. And I think we're inspired to make something for ourselves. Maybe now is a good time to insert the video.
So we had a road trip, so we're going to take you on a road trip.
For those of you that haven't been to Sarnia yet.
Yeah.
We actually did a little interview with the owners of our local yarn shop, Heaven is Handmade. So we did a little Q&A interview with Janice and Caitlin. We actually did it a while back. And we shot a video tour of the store and had technical difficulties with our devices. So we actually reshot that video just this past week. And they were shot at two different times, but we'll put those together and we'll put them in here for you now. Okay, hope you can hear us over the traffic. It's Dawn and Lisa here at our local yarn shop, Heaven is Handmade. And you can see their logo in the window. Heaven is Handmade in the sheet. So we have popped in here to do a little store tour and a little bit of an interview with the owners, Caitlin and Janice. So come on in and join us. Take one.
Action.
Hi, it's Lisa with the Codependent Knitters. Dawn is off screen, but she is here supervising what I'm doing. Oh, there she is. Hi, Dawn. I'm Lisa, and this is the owners of our local yarn shop, Heaven is Handmade, on Christina Street in Sarnia. This is Caitlin, and this is Janice, Caitlin's mom. So yeah, it's a mother and daughter team. So we have a couple of questions set up, and I get to ask them. Okay, so one of the easiest ones, you guys can do this. It's easy.
You think? I don't know. I think we already ran through.
When did you open
up? 2010. November of 2010.
See how they cooperate?
My goodness, it's like high school tests all over again.
Why did you decide to open a yarn shop?
Caitlin couldn't find a job.
Yeah, nobody would hire me, so I figured I'd just create my own.
I love it. Okay.
Actually,
but really.
Really?
Quite serious?
Really?
Quite seriously.
No, my mom had always wanted, like, it was kind of a pipe dream of hers. If I ever, or when it would be a dream of mine too. And I ended up getting laid off at one of my really good jobs. Couldn't find any work in Sarnia. I was either too experienced or not well educated. So, yeah. So with that, it was just kind of, we had a couple bottles of wine and we decided to sit around as a family and talk about my future. And I just threw it out there that we should maybe open a yard store. Something my mom's always wanted to do, and I was able enough to like weasel in on that.
Well,
so,
we were lucky because your dad was very supportive.
Yes. Yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
he
very
was the one
encouraging
that
as well.
that kind
He's
of.
pretty good though that way.
Well,
Yeah.
and he was the one that kind of said, "Well, if you're going to do it, now's the time.
think-
So go ahead."
I think it helps being married to a knitter like that for as long as they have been. You're gonna have the support, right?
You're not gonna have
He's
a
used
choice.
to it. Yeah.
Excellent. Maybe now they'll get yarn cheaper.
Yeah.
That would be my husband's. Did you choose this location specifically, or was it just available and it was kind of? And why did you choose it?
It kind of chose us.
It kind of
didn't
chose us. We shopped around. We looked at a couple different locations, but none of them felt right. Actually, at my old job, I worked downtown, so I was a hop, skip, and a jump away from this location, and it had sat vacant for probably 2 years prior to us moving in. And with that, we decided that we'd at least take a look at it. And
So I was kind of waiting for you.
Yeah.
Legit.
Yeah.
The second we
Awesome.
walked in, it had everything we needed, and it had the charm of a yarn store.
Oh, good. So it shows you. Okay, so I want you to think back of when you first started, and I want you to think about how much it's changed since you started,
Ooh,
And what has changed?
and what has changed.
we've grown.
We have, yeah.
Yes,
We
we've grown.
when we
Caitlin's a big girl now.
Yeah, she's all grown up.
yeah. When we first opened, actually, we probably only had about 25% of our stock, like the total stock that you see now, and we did not expect the turnout that we had originally. It takes usually a good 5 years to grow a business, and I would say that within the first weekend of us being open, we were basically cleared out. We had no idea what to expect. So there's some pretty hefty knitters in town, let me tell you.
So did that kind of scare you?
It did. It shocked us because we thought that with what we were bringing in, we'd have a lot of yarn.
We'd have
And that
more
was,
than enough
that was
stock.
not the case, and we've had to probably triple the amount that we're bringing in.
That's awesome, though. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, the support that we've had in town has been absolutely stupendous.
Yeah.
So we've been very, very fortunate.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So, how do you decide what to carry? Like, do you have a theme? I
Rock,
know-
paper, scissors.
Perfect. Perfect. I knew that
It
was
works,
coming.
yeah. We get a lot of feedback from our customers.
good.
Lots of feedback.
I think one of the best things is actually working with my mom because we have two completely different tastes
Oh, good.
when it comes to color, fiber choice, what we want to knit with.
No pink.
So with that, we definitely can kind of grab onto all of the different needs and wants in town.
Style choices too, even.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know, even in terms of patterns that we kind of look at if we're doing classes and that kind of thing.
Bottom
And-
line, though, I'm the decision maker. So,
Yeah, right.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get in the middle of that.
Yeah.
What are your 3 best sellers?
Cascade.
Yeah, Cascade is really definitely like
Yeah, it's
one of our
huge.
main. We
It's kind of like your workhorse.
workhorse. We
Yeah.
knew that right when we opened up the yarn store that was going to be our basically like workhorse yarn, our stationary yarn. But we've been really surprised with some of the new products and lines we've brought on.
Okay.
Like we now have Diamond Luxury's own branding, and they do a machine washable worsted weight, and it's just flying off the shelves.
I know. I think I have a sweater.
Yeah, you
And I think
you
I think
enjoyed knitting with
I
it.
think you
yeah.
actually have the same quantity, same.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's what that
yeah.
is. That's what Dawn's
That's what this
Jamie's
is.
shawl.
Jamie's
Yeah.
shawl.
And the bamboo pop that
Yes.
Yes,
you
that-
guys
yeah.
you've knit with that you really like.
It's funny, we brought that in originally for like specifically thinking kids and babies, and most of the stuff being knit with it is tops for
Adults.
Yeah.
tops and garments
That's
for the
awesome.
adults.
We're
Baby
going.
blankets.
We're
that
going to
kind
do
of
a
stuff.
store tour after
Yeah.
our little
Yeah.
interview, so we'll have a look at some of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you offer other than yarn?
I mean, we do offer classes and workshops. A few years back, we hosted a retreat where we got away for a weekend.
We're talking about another one.
We're talking about
potentially.
another one. We are, as we discussed earlier on, I'm getting in the process of doing my own design, so we'll have like personal pattern support. We try to just make ourselves available to everybody.
One of the things that we do offer that I don't know that anybody else in town does is help.
Yeah.
You know, between the two of us, we've got probably enough expertise that
You can-
hopefully we
I would
can
think so.
give most people the kind of help that they
Yeah.
may need if they come in as I'm stuck. You know, so
Actually, that's
panic.
true because you guys helped me with my decreases down the front
And-
of my shirt.
And the
it
countless
was-
grafting and the countless grafting of socks.
Yeah,
Yes.
I got that totally under control now.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
Right,
scary.
as long as you're sitting quietly in a room by
I don't
yourself,
know
right?
that-
I did it on the plane.
I don't know that anybody watching this
Yeah.
would realize it, but we've known you for a number of years, and
8 years.
now it's
8 years,
getting on with Dawn.
Almost,
We've known you,
4.
Actually,
yeah,
it's
quite
funny,
a few years.
Because
So
when we moved here, I was really freaked out that I was moving, and my friend said to me, "Don't worry, find a yarn shop. You'll find somebody with something in common." I moved to Sarnia. There's no yarn shop. So I moved in April, and you guys opened in November.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was
Yep.
kind of nice.
and Lisa was one of the first people through our doors.
Yes.
And we haven't been able to get rid of her since. Not
Yeah.
that we want to, but
Yep.
we're stuck with her.
I
We've
know, right?
truly been blessed
Yeah.
though because
No,
we have a wonderful clientele.
Dawn's pretty okay too.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll keep her around.
I like her too. She's
Yeah,
pretty
she's okay.
good. So individually, what are your knitting preferences? Like, what do you prefer to knit? What do you prefer to knit with, or just?
I'm a lace knitter
That's
for the
true.
most part.
Yeah.
I don't know. So you
Um,
do some pretty hot cables.
Yeah, I like cabling. I'm not a colorwork girl.
Yeah,
That's
this
her.
This is kind of where again it's like the benefit of having a mother-daughter because we do have such different preferences. Like Mom does a lot of lace. I can do lace. I enjoy lace, but I do a lot of the color work. I really like cabling. I prefer to do a lot of actual like garments and stuff, whereas my mom lately has been doing a lot of the one skein shawls and whatnot. I think the one thing we totally agree on though is that we are just voracious sock knitters.
Yes.
There's not a single time that we don't usually have socks on our needles. It's just the perfect go-to.
Right. Okay, so what is your vision for the store in the future? Like, do you see any trends that you think that are going to really pick up? Do you see anything that you want to do in the future?
When you own a yarn store, you see the trends in general, like the ruffle scarves that happened 2 or 3 years ago.
Yes.
This year, it's the super bulky, chunky knit blankets.
Arm knitting.
We don't
that's
quite
another
know, like,
big.
we can't make any future forecasts as of yet because we are still seeing current trends. But there's always something that we try to kind of glom onto.
Yep.
One of the things that we're always looking for though is local, or Canadian, or we're looking for that kind of product for the store. Always, it's huge for us. The whole idea of supporting locally has always been big for
that's
us.
that's
It's
awesome.
very important.
Okay.
I wanted to ask Caitlin, what are you wearing?
Okay, so I'm wearing actually the Holden Shawlette. It's by Mindy Wilkes. I was fortunate enough to get it for free years and years ago, and now she is charging for the pattern, and rightfully so. It's a beautiful pattern,
beautiful.
very well knit, and I knit it in the yarns of Richard DeVries.
And one skein?
It was actually 350 gram skeins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you. It's one of my absolute favorites.
You know what? It's one of those things where you should be going to these things. You should see what's out there.
And that's
So,
the biggest thing too.
Yeah.
Like I do a lot of my own personal shopping here, of course. But we also, again, you asked about trends. We need to
You
be
have
able
to
to
go out
shop
there. You
around
have
and
to.
see what other stores are offering, what's happening at those knitting fairs and retreats and stuff, so that we can make sure we
That
bring
you
it
just
to you
need to
guys.
get out of the house
Well,
so we don't have cabin feet, right?
One of the things too that Caitlin and I do usually once a year is, and it's usually around Christmas time, is the two of us will do a yarn crawl together.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
we'll-
remember that.
Yeah, and we'll,
That's good, though.
just kind of wherever we happen, we've done Niagara, we've done into the
States,
States, we've done, all over the place.
We get time to talk about the business. We get time to get away from Nora, the baby, get away from her. And then we get to go again, see all the products and
And it's
stuff.
kind of
that are
nice
available.
when you see other yarn
Yes.
stores how it's represented.
Every
and whatnot.
yarn store
Every
is
yarn
It's
different.
It's all different,
Yeah.
and you can't carry everything, so
Yeah.
you have to make sure you know what your clientele
Yeah.
wants, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and
That's-
we very seldom ever tell a yarn store that we own one.
Right? Because they get all strange.
Well, they can,
Some of them can.
but in a
Yeah.
lot of cases, it's not fair.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at a yarn store compared to your store.
Yep.
And no, that's not a fair
No,
comparison.
it's not.
So, we walk in with the idea of, oh boy, it's a yarn store. Let's see what they have. And yeah, I'm
So, wait a
prepared to
second.
spend my money.
You think the same thing as I do? And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, it's a yarn store.
Yeah.
Actually,
Sure.
both Mom and I make it a habit that whenever we're traveling, regardless of where we're going, that one of the first things we do is Google local yarn stores there.
So you
Yeah.
case out
So
the
yeah,
yarn
case
store.
out
Case
there,
out the
and
joint,
then
yeah.
the second
Where I
thing we
gotta
do
go, so
is
close.
then we go ahead and start packing all the knitting we're going to
And-
bring.
Yep.
Then from there, it's actually our clothes, our luggage, or
Yeah.
whatever.
We're periodically in and out of Petawawa because of Andrew.
Yeah.
There's
And
tons of them on the way
There's
up there,
tons of
right?
them on the way up there,
Yeah.
and I have, we both developed favorites.
Yeah, well,
that
Ravelry is
we-
great too because
yeah.
you can actually now do the
Search.
road trip counter,
Isn't
right?
that
Yeah.
awesome?
That's
Yes.
So
Yes.
regardless of where you're going, you can stop all along the way.
Yeah.
Very
And,
good.
forget about having a Tim Hortons every 45
Yeah.
minutes. You can have a yarn store. So it's even better, right?
Way better.
Way better.
So yeah, so that's basically all our questions. We're going to do a yarn shop tour.
Please do.
Yay!
And
So we
do
look
me a
forward to showing
favor.
you guys.
Mhm.
I'll tell you the same thing I tell all the customers. Play touchy-feely.
Yeah, squish it.
Yeah.
In fact, you know what? I have a really weird. I smell it.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
You're not weird.
Like I don't
The
run
amount
out
of
wipe
the
my
amount of
nose
people
with it,
that
but
come in, it'll be anything. They'll pick it up, they'll squish it, and the amount of people they kind of look around.
I know you look
nobody's,
around and
Nobody's
like-
looking at me, right? So you're not uncommon. Don't worry.
You're not
You're
odd.
not. You're
You know
not
what it is?
too on.
Part of the thing is if it's. I find a lot of times if it's hand dyed, you smell the vinegar.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right,
Yes.
and that's kind of one of those things where it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's hand
Yeah.
dyed.
How well rinsed has it been? And
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
How fresh is it? Just see me in a grocery store.
Oh.
So yeah.
Okay.
So here we go. We're gonna cut now. Okay.
Hey, everybody, and fans of Codependent Knitters podcast. Welcome to Heaven is Handmade. I'm Caitlin, the owner or part owner of Heaven is Handmade, the local yarn store in Sarnia, Ontario. And Dawn and Lisa have asked me to give you a tour of our lovely store. So the two are behind camera. You can't see them, but hey, girls.
Hi.
So we'll wander through the store, give you a brief rundown as to what to expect if you come into Heaven is Handmade. Any day of the week, feel free to come in with your latest project, sit and knit. We will also show you our knit room in which we're hosting our knit night tonight. So that's something to look forward to at the end of the tour as well. Meet some of our local girls. Starting out, actually, right when you walk in the door, you're going to see a good selection of our synthetic yarns, primarily your baby knits. We do a lot of King Cole, DK. We have the Smarty, but moving into the Marble Chunky, which is an amazing mainstay in the store. We try to provide as many colors as possible for the knitters. Great value, as many of you that have knit with it know. So anytime you're looking for an easy, machine washable, durable, wash like iron knit, this is a great place to start with a lot of value added. We have our individual racks as well, kind of just floating in the store that house a lot of our accessories. Primarily in terms of needles, we do the Knitter's Pride, but we have great accessories for the knitters, everything they need from stitch markers to cable needles, from a wide variety, from Clover, Brittany, again through to Knitter's Pride. Great selection, and if you can't find it and we don't have it, we'll be typically willing to look into it and try to get it for you.
Okay.
If you would like to join me, we can start heading into our back room. This is our back room. We typically try to house a lot of our indie dyers as well as our hand-painted yarns, something that's a little bit more luxurious. You'll see that we have a good collection of our Manos del Uruguay, one of Dawn's favorites. I believe last podcast she mentioned the Mangler, which we have a selection of, and a favorite that she continues to buy and probably will buy tonight because I told her to, the Melvin, which is a favorite as well. So that's the Alegria. We carry the Clara right through Sportweight DK and their famous lace. And around the corner as well, there's too much to show, but we have the Madeline Tosh selection, as well as some of the Louisa Harding, and just some odds and sods from other hand paints and a little bit more luxurious brands. If you're looking for a great yarn to knit with this summer, Bamboo Pop has been an amazing dream line for us. It's a bamboo and cotton blend. It's 296 yards per ball with great value added. Sport to a DK weight, so you get a lovely drape, as you can see on this garment, which is a free pattern also available through Universal, knit specifically for the bamboo yarn.
It's just been wonderful. Kids, adults, everybody from blankets to garments is just loving it and eating it up.
Okay.
Unlike other yarn stores, or like other yarn stores, depending on what you frequent, we don't necessarily sort our yarns by weight. So you won't find all the lace together, you won't find all the sport together, all the chunky together. We typically sort it by brand. Because if you're familiar with a brand, there's always other yarns that you might want to try within that family. So what we've done is we've gone ahead and housed our brands together. Here you'll see Estelle, which is a Canadian distributor, their own personal yarn line. Features everything from a fingering to a worsted, as well as a chunky, and even super bulky. And then of course we have some cute novelty yarns with a little bit of sparkle that typically comes in season to season. In this nook, you'll see that we feature actually not necessarily one particular brand, but again, some luxury yarns. Ones that are newer to the Heaven is Handmade family. We of course have our Ancient Arts, the fingering weight, so it's a wool, silk, and mohair blend. We've brought on the Dream in Color line in both the single ply as well as the plied. Fingering yarns and sock weight yarns are amazing in this area. One ball, one project. You can't go wrong, and they always say too that one ball doesn't really count in the stash, so we house a great number of them. You'll see blends like cotton cashmere, and a favorite of ours that has recently come in is the Unique. It's basically a family-based business. It's a fingering weight. What people don't realize, because it's very deceiving, is that it's a self-striping yarn, but for every ball sold, the family plants a tree to kind of pay back the community and the earth. So I'm sure Dawn and Lisa have mentioned Blue Water Fiber Arts, which is the baby of Sarnia. She's a local girl that is a hand dyer. We do carry a selection. It has been so popular, we have a hard time keeping her in stock, but we do have her standard sock yarn, as well as some roving for the spinners. Typically it's BFL, superwash merino, standard merino, as well as some with some sparkle in it. A lot of our girls do a lot of the thrumming with her roving just because of the powerful colors. And then unique and exclusive to our store is the Sarnia colorways. We have our Canatera Beach, which is probably one of the nicest summer destinations in town, as well as Cemetery Row, which is modeled after our most historical and largest cemetery in town. These are a blend of merino, cashmere, and nylon, so you can basically use them for socks, but you wouldn't really want this luxury on your feet. You want it around the neck and on display. These are exclusively available at Heaven is Handmade, and we have plans with Sarnia to incorporate and add in many more colors. We're hoping for a downtown series as well as a local yarn store color. Again, by brand, we bring you to our Diamond Luxury. Again, a Canadian distributor that has branded their own yarns. One of our best sellers is the Superwash worsted weight. So it's the pure wool superwash, machine washable, dryer friendly, available in a variety of colors. We haven't yet expanded into, but we're hoping to due to the popularity. It's very comparable to the superwash worsted that you would see from Rowan at a fraction of the price. You'll get DKs as well as their sock yarns, and of course some novelty spring-summer weights, and of course much more to come as their company expands and their line grows. Now the piece de resistance. This is what we consider our Cascade corner. We originally brought in the Cascade as kind of our workhorse yarn, very functional, very cost-effective, but so popular that we just had to expand. So now we of course are carrying our 220 wool, which is the worsted weight, available in 220 colors. We'd like to have them all, but can't, so special orders are available and of course encouraged. They of course couldn't be complete without the Superwash sport weight yarn, great for the kid knits, as well as small accessories that need to be wash and wearable, but you still want that kind of purest sense of the wool. Then have our, so this is the secret to Cascade. On the label, the 220 Superwash reads as a worsted. I 100% promote it as a DK. It knits like a DK, it wears and drapes like a DK. So this is the one time where I say forget gauge, forget labels, treat it as a DK for those patterns, kids, tops, anything you want to knit that requires a DK weight. It's a beautiful machine washable wool, great color selection, good yardage. You won't be disappointed when you knit it as a DK. Sock weights are also available, but the killer this year seems to be our Roslyn. Our Roslyn is a sport DK, kind of mishmash. It has a tweedy effect to it. Great yardage, but it's a silk and wool blend. I'm going to have you zoom in on this, Dawn. So you can see the tweeds. Yeah. It's got a beautiful hand and a lovely drape. And we have ladies that are knitting it for everything from sweaters right through to shawls. Lisa actually ended up knitting with it, and I'm sure she might have a thing or two to say about it in the notes or comments below the feed. Might link you to the pattern she knit and everything, but it turned out beautifully, even though it was in gray.
And it was ripped out 4 times.
And it was ripped out 4 times. One of them, too, I believe, was on the trip home from Mexico.
Cuba.
Oh, Cuba. Poor girl. One that a lot of people are kind of on the fence about. And because it's on the fence, we figured it was a good combination. It's a blend. It's the wool and acrylic blend. So those that want the purity of wool, but of course the capabilities that the acrylic maintains, we brought in the Pacific. Again, vast color selection, great value. The yardage and quality that you've come to know from Cascade is all available in our Pacific. It does really, really well for our blankets and kids projects, more so because you get great yardage for a low cost. We also don't want to leave out a mainstay in the Cascade family, which is the Cascade Eco and Eco Plus. The Eco Plus is the chunky weight that is dyed, and the Cascade Eco are those that are natural, so the color of the animal is the color of the wool. It is a chunky weight, amazing yardage. I know both Lisa and Noelle, who's involved in another podcast, have both knit the Carbeth out of it. Now, Noelle's eensy, so it probably took her like half a ball. I know with Lisa, it was 2 balls for the Carbeth. And most ladies for a full-out sweater or garment are getting away with 3 balls, which is amazing quality and great value. And we can now as well wind it into 1 full cake. No cutting or breaking, so there's not a lot of ends to weave in, which is even more of a bonus. This is where the magic happens at Heaven is Handmade. We're establishing great groups of friends, providing a local community of knitters and a place to come to for advice, refuge, just fun in general, and psychiatric evaluations and advice. Because basically that's when you come therapy. When you come to a yarn store, that's what it's all about. We want people to get to know one another and really build that community. We're not just a bricks and mortar store. We want it to be a family of knitters. So we do host things as well, like our Knit in Public Day. Wednesday night, which is what you're seeing here. And Dawn, if you want to pan the room, all you girls can say hi.
There's Noelle from Knits and Pieces podcast.
That's right, she knits with us.
Amy is the crochet instructor here. She's also a fabulous knitter. And that beautiful, giant, fingering weight mandala in the window was lovingly and
painstakingly
lovingly made by Amy. It's beautiful.
For a gift for Caitlin. She's planning on gifting it to me this Christmas.
Justine is a regular here at the Heaven is Handmade family, and Janice is Caitlin's mom, and she's always here.
The business partner as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So the best advice you come to me for the opinion and advice, go to her. But this is where it is. We host a wide variety of classes, workshops, and events. But honestly, at any time, if you just need a break, if you need help, or if you just need to get away, the room is always open to our knitters. Bring your latest project, enjoy a cup of coffee, and join in the fun and the conversation. So that's basically the tour of Heaven is Handmade. If you guys have any questions, comments, I'm sure that Lisa and them can, of course, field it during their next podcast or when this is available. They'll provide you, I'm sure, with links to the store. You can check us out on Ravelry and Facebook. But bottom line is we want to keep you guys knitting. We want to keep you happy. So don't hesitate to pop in, join the community, and just really embrace your knitting capabilities and your fiber love as well. And so I'd like to thank the Codependent Knitters for giving me the opportunity to host and showcase the store. As nervous as I am, I think I'll go home and have a glass of wine or 2 to calm myself. But I hope that it went as well for you guys and that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And hopefully we see you guys in the next few episodes.
If you ever come to Sarnia, Heaven is Handmade is on, I don't think we said it in the video. Heaven is Handmade is on Christina Street. which is sort of the main street in Sarnia.
Between George and
Yep.
Charlotte.
There's an exit off the 402 right onto Christina, and it's right across from City Hall, and there's a great big church, and it's just across the street, conveniently located next door to an LCBO. So yeah, easy to find if you come to Sarnia.
Can we tell them about the story about the LCBO?
What story?
The one where I walked into we were waiting for somebody, and Dawn says, let's go to the LCBO and warm up. So off I go into the LCBO, and I'm chattering away, and I walk in, and the lady looks at me, and she goes, are you okay? And I'm kind of looking at her like, what is this woman's problem? And I'm still chatting away, and then I turn and I look, and Dawn is not there.
I was outside.
She was outside on her phone.
I was texting the person we were supposed to meet.
So I basically came walking in, talking to myself.
Way to go, weirdo. They're probably thinking, okay, call security.
She can't have any.
No more.
She's already had
Shut
too
off.
much.
Let's talk knitting.
Let's talk knitting. Let's do
show
that.
some
Yes,
knitting.
let's do that. Okay. So
FOs first.
I don't have any FOs. You're gonna have to carry us on that one.
I have one, and one, not really it's not a finished project, but it is a finished object. So
It's
I have
a
three.
half finish.
Okay, we talked about dishes. So I did a dishcloth, and I did gradient style, not gradient. What's this? Ombre.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I just did a mitered. It's basically a mitered square.
It's
The
nice.
increases are on the center spine. Make one right, make one left.
Did you slip your first stitch on both sides?
Of course.
Of course you did.
It's not like blocked or anything, so of course cotton is a little wonky, but
Why would you?
you get that nice finished edge when you slip your first stitch.
It looks
And I
fabulous.
just did like some stocking stitch, some garter, some stocking stitch, some garter.
Very good.
So
Good job.
yeah,
Woo!
I
Go do
did
dishes.
this on a Friday night when I was watching
that's
Fiber
right.
Friends knit in Friday night knit in. Yeah, so that was fun. I actually like that.
This is soft.
Then, this is my mohair bias loop. So this was the which whip should I whip contest winner. People voted, and this one had the most votes for me to finish. It's been on my needles for probably 2 years. Isn't it beautiful?
It's gonna
So
be stinky when I'm done.
this guy,
Oh, this is nice.
where's my yarn? Okay, that looks good on you.
Thanks.
This is knit in, I used Rowan Kid Silk Haze, okay, mohair, which not a lot of stores in our area right now are continuing to carry Rowan. So a really good substitute is Sugarbush Drizzle. This is a Canadian yarn, and it's beautiful. And they have, if you wanted to make this for like a special occasion, they have a white that has, like, it glistens. It's just beautiful. And you need 2 25-gram balls to make the pattern, or a 50-gram ball. Mine, because of my gauge, like in the picture on the pattern, it shows it around a woman's shoulders. Mine's a bit too big. Well, and I wouldn't wear it like that anyways. But it looked like almost like a wedding dress, and it was really pretty. So yeah, I double it. And it's a dark plum color. The color, if you wanted it, is...
It's kind of like a...
No name.
What do you call it? Aubergine.
641. Yeah.
So yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's soft.
Finally, I'm glad I got it done. You know what?
Here, it's like knitting with air, though.
It is.
You feel like those balls are never ending.
If you haven't knit with mohair, you probably want to use wood or bamboo. I actually had my knit picks wood needles, and they were still a bit slippery, but metal would be really slippery. Like, your stitches can just fall off easily.
Yeah.
For being as light and airy as it is,
It's super warm.
it's actually quite warm.
It's
I think
very
because it
warm.
just
But that's the
insulates, it
nature
traps
of
the
the
air,
beast,
right?
right?
It just,
Yeah, that's cool.
So I love it. I'm going to take it off though, because I'm warming
yeah.
into it. So thank you everyone for voting and helping me get that off my needles. And then the third is a sock that I finished. So that's for Jack. There's the colors really well. Very bright lime green, blues. He loves it. And I did
that's
black.
awesome.
I did Croy black toes and heels.
Nice.
And this yarn, I have the other one on the go. This is my Fiber Friends little drawstring bag.
Ooh,
It's online super sock.
nice.
It's a European, I don't know what language that is. German, maybe. But yeah, online super sock. I bought it a couple years ago at a store in Goderich. I'm not even sure if they're still Knit House. I don't know if they're still there. But yeah, loving it. So the other sock is on
the go. Good job.
Go.
No, I don't have the finished object.
I let him pick. I actually brought him
you?
in here and I said, okay, I want to make you some socks.
Nice.
I showed him a few and he picked this.
Nice.
You don't have a finished object, but
I
you're wearing
don't,
one.
but I'm wearing one. I'm wearing Anchored by Alicia Plum, done in Cascade 220.
Alicia Plum or Alicia Plummer?
Sorry, you're right. Alicia Plummer. So it's got a...
Sit up a little wee bit. You need an extra pillow.
I know, right? And it's all, like, it's kind of neat.
Top down?
Yeah, top down. It's kind of an open neck, but
Yeah.
I love this.
I do too.
Yeah, so it's kind of neat, eh?
Yeah. No other design, just the front.
No,
Yeah,
just
I like
the front, and it's got 3/4 sleeves, and yeah.
Awesome.
Well,
That's it for
it.
finished objects.
That's it.
Yeah. I was busy sewing the last few weeks, but I have a whole bunch of new whips on the go. So
Yes, I hear
you
you on
talk
that.
about your whips.
Okay, so my whips, I should have had this done, but I got lazy. I started a car bath cardigan. And there is my car bath
So this is the one you've
cardigan.
shown before. It's
Yeah.
almost done.
So all I have to do is, I have to tuck all the ends and graft, but I also have to do
Button band.
the button band. And it's an I-cord button band, so I kind of have to sit down and do it. And I haven't really had a lot of time to sit in this.
So that's Carbath by Kate Davies,
And it's gorgeous.
and
It was
that is Cascade Eco.
And it was done with, I think, like a ball and 3/4.
Yeah.
Barely, yeah. So that one.
So 2 balls for you.
Yep.
There was also a Carbath pullover. I think the pullover came out first, didn't it?
It did. And here is the body of the pullover.
Also Cascade Eco.
And there's the sleeves. I chose to do in this yarn because I had it.
Why not?
You know what? I had... What?
This smells like a barn.
It does.
This smells sheepy.
So-
You'll wash it.
Yeah, I'll wash it.
Okay.
And I'll rub up against it.
Not like the bad
But
part of a
it
barn,
doesn't-
but it just smells
It smells...
animal.
Yeah. So anyways, this is the sleeves, 2 at a time.
2 at a time. Magic loop.
So yeah. Actually, Magic Loop still throws me for a loop because you have to cast on half the numbers, then the full amount, and then you go back to the other half of the numbers, and it's like a speed bump right there where I have to cast on the other
If you're doing
side.
2. But that's a great way to do it.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to count rows or whatever.
No, because they're always the same, right? So that's my Carbath pullover, which will be hopefully done. That's...
Okay, so Cascade Eco is there. It's a really big skein. Plus, it's like a chunky yarn, right?
yeah.
A bulky yarn. So our yarn shop
has a big wooden
a
crank,
giant
ball winder.
Yeah. So
And
they can make these big cakes,
And
which
the
is
thing
nice because you don't have to join smaller
No.
cakes.
So it's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
I actually took this off of that cake so I could do the other sleeve.
Oh right, yeah, you'd have to wind one for your sleeves.
So it's all good.
What bag is that in?
This is an oldie but a goodie. Hang on a second, I'm gonna try and get everything in it.
But
This
we don't
is-
show the inside, so don't close it up.
Okay, so this is Zigzag Stitches. When I think I got it like one or 2 years I was living in Sarnia. So it's fairly, it's
You've had it for a while.
I've had it for a while and I love it. It's the sheep
It's
knitting.
a big one.
But
This
it's
is a great
huge.
sweater bag.
And this is actually, I
look
don't
how
know
cute
that
this is.
Zigzag Stitches sells these unless you ask her specifically for them. There was a bunch of us in the store that asked her to do it one knit
Look at
night.
the lining.
It says knit pearl. It's really cute.
Gorgeous. Heaven is Handmade carries Zigzag Stitches
Yep.
bags. And I have seen bigger bags in stock in the past.
Okay.
I don't know if they
Sometimes
always
they're
have
the
them.
wedge ones
Yeah.
are a bit bigger, but
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's her box.
that's a big
her
box style. Yeah, so
Great.
yeah, but I mean you could probably talk to her.
Yeah, and a lot of people have heard of Zigzag Stitches bags. She makes amazing bags, and she is also here in Sarnia. Little hotbed of makers here in Sarnia.
This is one of her wedge bags.
Nice. Is that your other sweater?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm doing my mom's boxy.
Okay.
And anybody that's done a boxy knows you need to do other things too because
yeah,
it's endless of
it's just
yeah.
stocking stitch,
Stocking
death by
stitch.
stocking stitch.
Yeah, but I've started, this is the front. Like the front is on here. So that's the front. So I've started that.
You got your armhole here.
Yeah, and then the other armhole here, and then once I'm done this, I'll have to go back and finish it on this side.
Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of neat.
So
it
this
doesn't
is
look like
coming
much because it's on circular needles, but yeah, so it's getting there.
And you mentioned before you are doing this using, what kind of sock? Regia sock yarn.
Because it's kind of a workhorse sock, and my mom wants to. Yeah,
it works for sweaters too.
Yeah, it works for sweaters.
Awesome.
Super wash. Can wash it. She's all good.
You never get tired of boxies, right?
No,
that's a sweater that'll
nice.
it'll be around forever. That
Always
pattern.
So nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's it for
socks.
me. And socks. My socks are right here. I'm
This
still
is in
working
my-
on these ones.
This was my very first prototype bag when I was testing. And it's a really weird shape because I had like a little scrap of fabric left.
I love it.
It's great for socks.
It's awesome. I love it.
Did I put a pocket in it for you? No. Sorry.
No pocket. So yeah, I'm just doing these ones still.
What yarn is that?
This is
Arnie and Carlos.
Arnie and Carlo.
Regia.
By Regia.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I have like 3 colorways, so it's kind of...
Yeah.
I got issues.
Nice.
But they look so nice, right?
They
Like,
do.
look at the designs on them.
It's a really nice dummy to reach.
Yeah.
Did you drop a stitch marker? Oh, your package.
Yeah, I did drop a stitch mark. But see, it's kind of neat, and that's just, yeah.
There's a lot. It's not, it's a very long pattern repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, which is great. You get a lot of...
And mine don't match. I keep dropping them.
Oh, breakthrough for me.
Oh, no.
When I did this sock,
Uh-huh.
to figure out where to start the toe,
Okay.
I didn't count rows.
Get out.
I
What
did
did you
not.
do?
I just sort of held it up against his other sock that I did the same way with an afterthought heel. I didn't mention that. It's an afterthought heel. And I just laid it on top of the other one and kind of like, okay, right about there. And I think I made this one like just a few rows longer, but
Wow.
yeah.
And you were okay with that?
I was okay with that.
Must be because you're not wearing them.
They're for Jack. They're not for me. And he's growing he's growing
like a weed.
like crazy. So that's why I made these ones like
All
a few
those
rows
banana he's eaten.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's that.
Those are your whips.
Those are my whips.
I'm going to quickly show my progress on my Knit Sister Tube scarf. I just want to get it. It's all twisted. There.
I have been wearing
Let's fold it in
mine.
half because then it's.
I've been wearing mine all the time.
I love it. I can't wait to wear it. I will when I'm knitting on it now. I put
I
it
know.
around my neck.
I
and
walk
knit.
around the house in it. It's
just
really
love
nice.
it.
I love it. Love, love, love it. It's super comfy. Yours is beautiful and colorful. Mine's
I
blocked.
threw in now. This was the kit that Adrienne gave us with all of her, her MCN. She put it on MCN for us, but all of her new semi-solids that are dyed to order from her shop. That's Old Oak Yarns. I threw in a few little scrappy.
Now you have to tell them there is no kit available.
There is no kit available, so we have a few ideas for that. I mean, you could order full skeins of all the colors. That's a bit extravagant. You could go in with a friend who wants to knit it. You don't have to order all the colors.
I think most of the skeins were 25 grams, so you could probably go in with 3 friends. Even,
Yeah,
or
and just
4.
divide up a skein.
divide the cost. And, yeah, it's just.
Or use them for socks.
Yep.
And then use what's left over for a scarf, right?
Now the other thing is it's labor intensive to do all those minis.
Yeah,
And
that's
let's
why.
face it, she works, she dyes, she knits, she crochets.
Yeah.
She crochets and so she just doesn't. Yeah.
I love this.
All right.
But it's also a great scrap project. So actually, a lot of people are knitting it using
Yep.
up.
My mom did scraps.
Scrappies.
She
Yeah.
went a little crazy that one. I think she did too.
Oh, and on a previous episode, I showed where I had put in a stripe that was a another like my own yarn leftovers, and
It
it
was
just
a
was
bit big.
it was a heavier fingering, and it just didn't. It looked different. It looked funny. So I had cut it out, and then I was just going to graft the 2 pieces back together. So I finally did that the other night. So this is where I grafted them, the yellow and black. Did a pretty good job.
I think you did a good job. I
Except-
think most of it will straighten out once you.
Where it started and ended, there was just some weirdness going on. I tried to fix it. I tried to duplicate stitch. I don't love it. So I'm going to take it apart and either redo the grafting. And if that doesn't work, then I'll just reknit the colors. Because it's only this section, right? And like this
I would
goes
probably
fast.
I would probably just knit it again.
In the last week, I've done this much.
Well, yeah, because you just
And
go
I'm
in
knitting other
circles,
things.
right?
I'm knitting other things. So it actually goes fast. But I want it long enough, like you, right? I want it to hang down to about here
Mine hangs
and
way
wrap.
down.
So I
before
still have
there.
ways to go.
Yeah.
But I still have
Well, mine was crazy
all of these
long.
of Adrian's.
Yeah.
I still have lots of yarn. So
Mine is crazy long.
Yeah,
And
I
I
love
just
it.
knit till it stopped.
I'm loving that. Other whips. Oh, okay.
This one's nice. I love this yarn.
This is so soft, I could cry.
This
This is Groovy by
Jumper cables.
Jumper Cables, Annie Baker. And it's coming along.
That's not very wide. Oh, there it is. Wide.
It's getting wide down here. Actually, if you hold it this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting there. So when you're knitting it, it kind of looks like this, like kind of puffy. Can you see from the side?
Yeah.
So I steamed it last night just so it would spread out so I could show you. So I didn't pin it or I just steamed it and flattened it as I was going. Where's a good way to show
It's
this?
quite the halo on it too.
Well, and my steamer has a bit of a brush, so I was trying not to brush it because it was really lifting it up.
Mm-hmm.
It needs a haircut. Oh, here, if I put it, the pink kind of shows through. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's
gorgeous.
This
It
is
looks
so
amazing.
soft. It's gorgeous, and it wasn't because of the stitch.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look drapey as you're working it because it bunches up like this,
Mm-hmm.
but it does block out flat very well.
It is. It's gorgeous.
And then, like, look at this. Look at how flexible this is. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So this is hedgehog fibers,
Mm-hmm.
skinny single merino in Oracle, and the kid silk lace also in Oracle.
Mm-hmm.
And I've talked about my
Episode.
my mohair headaches the last episode, but I am loving it. I
Yes.
want to knit this in a solid.
Yep.
This would be beautiful.
Now, when you say
done-
solid, are you saying like mohair solid?
No,
Or just
no.
yeah.
because I don't want this much fuzz.
No.
Like mohair held with another yarn, it would help. But I want to do one not with mohair.
Mm-hmm.
It would be beautiful done in like a silk or MCN.
Doesn't she have it in DK weight?
I think she does.
Okay.
Yeah, and the pattern, there's two versions of the pattern. So one is a DK worsted and one is lace or fingering weight. So you need two skeins, you'd need two skeins for the lace or fingering weight.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think it's kind of like 1.5 or is it closer to 2?
Okay.
So I still have quite a bit left of the skinny single merino.
Okay.
So I'm going to keep going for a while, but I'm going to
keep
just
going
keep,
till you're
I'll
almost
keep
there.
steaming it so that I can kind of get an idea for how big it is.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little bit of, I had some needle grief with this one. So I'm on a bigger needle now, but I was using, so I started off, needle in your eye. I started off on a clover bamboo because because of the mohair, I dropped down to
It
a
slides, right?
and I dropped
Yeah.
to a 2.75 and switched to a bamboo. So the only one I had in a 2.75 was a clover one, only in a 16-inch cord.
That's right. That was hard to find.
Yeah, and Michael's only carries it in a 16-inch cord because I know they have the I think it's clover. Yeah. So then I got this one. It's a Knitter's Pride bamboo. No, wrong one. This one, the Knitter's Pride bamboo. Okay. And I don't know. This is probably a 24. This is a 24. Nope, that's the one that's on right now.
Okay.
This has a awful join. Like it catches, you can feel it. Like you can feel it with your finger. So with mohair, not fun. Like I am not happy with this cord at all. I don't know if this is just a bad one. I think it's okay, I have another one in a package that I bought, but I haven't used yet because after this one, I was not happy with it. And then I realized I'm going to need a much bigger one anyways. So I got a Knitter's Pride Dreams with wood tip. That's what's on my needles now. The join is lovely. And of course I do like, so they're just the Knitter's Pride. Right, the
Can I
lacquered
see
wood.
the joints?
On this?
They look like the same join.
I know. So maybe it's just a bad join.
Maybe take that one and
Maybe it's just a bad join, but it was really frustrating.
mm-hmm.
Like you can just feel it. Yeah, right
Yeah,
there.
no, that's not.
I mean, it's Knitter's Pride, right? But yeah, I wasn't happy with that. That needle, maybe they're not all like that.
Okay.
This one's fine. But what's peculiar about this one, So actually a friend of ours, Noelle, picked it up for me because we didn't have one here in town. So she picked it up at Little Red Mitten. And I was looking for a 40-inch, which is usually the next up, right? It's a 47. So it's going great. I just love knitting this, and it's so soft. Oh, I didn't say, this is in my also Fiber Friends bag. This is their winter kit bag. That's in acquisitions. This is our Kitchener-Waterloo bags. I made special bags for us. I am working on a test knit. So this is for Crafty Mama Designs. And the pattern is called For the Love of a Daughter. It's an asymmetrical triangle shawl. Great for a fairly new knitter. It's, just basic. It's garter, so it's just knitting. Nice. Increases, decreases, yarn overs. Beautiful.
Are you starting to like garter stitch?
No. It's okay knitting it. I still don't love the feel of it for me.
Okay.
For wearing. No. I like nice knitting stitches, right?
I like garter.
I don't love garter, but I love this shawl. But this is
I don't want a whole sweater done in garter, but I don't mind it as an accent.
It's going great.
It's nice.
Yeah, and I'm
now. Can you hold that out again?
Yes.
I love this. So that's what it looks like knit up, and that's what it looks like.
It's a lovely,
right? Like it's kind of
lilac gray. There's some. You can see it's got purplish hues. It's a lot. We're getting bright light in here.
I want this one. So
this is the colors in it. This yarn is, let me talk about the yarn. This is Yarn Indulgences, and it is their Indulgent Silky base. The color is called Whipped Velvet, and it is 50% merino, 50% silk, 100% luxury.
Okay, can we show them the color difference between the skein? So there's the skein. There is the...
You hold that over there. You can really see the color.
Isn't that amazing how different it gets?
Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah. You can really see the tone variations in the cake. So there's some darker gray and the purples. And this is a beautiful base. So Yarn Indulgences, they are in Ontario. I can't remember where, but we'll put up some info on the screen for you. British wool dyed in Canada. I bought this the first time I went to Woodstock. So that would have been a couple of years ago. My first Woodstock trip. So it's been sitting waiting for something. Yeah. So I'm probably going to do, it's a one skein shawl. I'll see how big it is when I'm done. I might add a little bit more because I do like them a little bit longer. If that's okay with Dawn, if I do that, we'll see. Because it's actually, size is pretty good and I do have
a little bit left.
Probably about 25% of my cake left. Stash building. There's not much. I already mentioned my gauge counter. In our last episode, I forgot to mention the Fiber Friends kit that I bought. So this was their spring kit. And this is actually the same fabric as my Grello. I have it in gray and yellow. Yeah, I love it in the teal and the tan. Yeah, and brown. Gorgeous. And it came with a pattern for Fingerless Mitts by Louise.
Yep.
Wildflower wool. And so the bag is by Evertote, Caroline and Kathy. The pattern's by Louise, Wildflower wool. And yarn, this is actually DK by Adrian for the Fingerless Mitts. I don't know if I'm going to make the Fingerless Mitts or what I'm going to do just yet, but so these are called Thaw and Muck.
That's cute.
Yeah,
that is cute. I like the names.
Love them. And then she puts a little more progress keeper on it.
Very good.
So these are still available on Evertote's Etsy shop. And they also have a new kit that they just put out.
Yes.
It's a beautiful bag with a floral print, and you get 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn to make a shawl that Louise...
One is the speckle and one is the solid.
Yeah.
So yeah, so go check that out.
If you watch their podcast, it looked... The solid looked more yellowy, and even on the bag, the fabric looks more yellowy. It's actually, if you look on the Evertote Etsy shop, it's more green, a lot more green to it.
So both beautiful. Of them are available on
almost like this color green, right?
Okay.
Like a really pretty green. So those kits are available on the Evertote Etsy shop.
Perfect.
Great. Casting on. We already mentioned you're going to do a fade sweater.
I also want to do a shawl.
Oh, do you know which one?
I think I might do Every Day by Sweater Freak. I forget what her real name is.
We can put it on the screen.
Yep. So
Is that the one that's kind of like groovy but a different shape?
It's kind of like groovy but a different
shape. It's more of an arrow shape, right?
Yeah.
Like it's got, yeah.
So either that or I might do a groovy.
I love the groovy. Yeah, I would do another groovy.
Except for I'm doing the solid colors, right?
I have to either keep going or restart my Free Your Fade.
Okay.
But also, I was just watching Espace Tricot's latest episode this week.
Oh, nice.
And they went to Edinburgh Yarn Festival, and then they also went to the H&H, the big show in Germany. And so Lisa knit it's like a wrap. It's like a big scarf. It's either lace weight or fingering weight. And it's like she called it a parallelogram. So it's like a long rectangle.
Okay.
It looks like bias knit, but it's not. So it's got
like
the
a squished,
with the pointy ends, and it's beautiful.
What do you call them? Squish square.
Yeah, rectangle. Yeah. Yeah. So that I'm just waiting for that pattern to come out to check yarn requirements and see what I can make it out of. But that's just knit purl, right?
Yeah.
Easy peasy. And it looks like a really nice light, like just for summer if you just need something.
Now, is it knit lengthwise?
No.
Okay.
It's so you no, it's knit this way.
Okay.
You mean horizontally?
Yeah.
Depends which way you're holding it. No, you knit.
I'm
the width,
about
not the length.
long.
No, you knit the width,
Yeah.
but it just has like decreases, like increases
one
and decreases.
side.
It
Okay.
looks like a bias knit, but it's
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Podcasts. I'm so far behind. There's so many podcasts I like. It's hard to keep up. So there's a couple that I'm behind a few episodes. I catch up when I can. But there is a new one that I watched. Erin from Bling Your String. She has donated to us for prize giveaways in the past, and she has beautiful yarn. I've got yarn in her stash, and I've shown it before in my stash. She is on Knitting at Tiffany's with her friend Tiffany, who is Dragon Strings.
Yep.
And Erin has just also started her own little podcast called She Must Knit. So I'll put that up on the screen on YouTube. And they're fairly short episodes, not like this one. And so check her out. She's a really great dyer, and I think she's doing bag making as well. She's multi-craft jewel, like a lot of us are, right? Okay, so I think that's everything we wanted to cover.
Okay, perfect.
Right. So I think we are ready now for my shop update.
Okay.
Hi, welcome back. So I have not done a shop update in a long time, and I have a very special one today because I have a collaboration.
Let's do that one first.
Okay.
Let's that first.
Okay. So I got a hold of Sarnia, our friend. She is Blue Water Fiber Arts, and she is on Etsy. And she's formerly Totally Inked Yarn, and we've mentioned her many times before on our podcast. I have a lot of her yarn. She's here in Sarnia. And I had some fabric that I had just a small piece of, and I just thought it was kind of special, and I thought, you know what?
I'm going to show it. Ready?
Okay. Cool, Starry Night. So I just found I had the end of bolt piece, basically, and I was only able to make a few bags, and I thought I want to do something special with these. So Sonia and I got together, and this is the yarn she dyed. The blues and the greens and little bits of black. And the splash of yellow. It's gorgeous.
It's beautiful. So there's that bag. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm going to show this bag.
This is my normal or just medium tote. So 1 to 2 skeins. Okay. And the lining is like a cobalt blue. And then I have 2 of these.
Okay.
And 2 of them are actually a little bit bigger than my normal medium. So there's actually one's just a slightly different size, but there are 3 zipper totes in total, and then I had enough fabric to do 2 drawstrings. So this is a good size drawstring. Like if you hold up a cake of yarn, right, you can see like this would hold 2 cakes easily. This is my medium drawstring size, and it's got a twill bottom, navy, we're doing a terrible job of displaying these. Navy twill bottom.
I love the fabric. The fabric is so beautiful.
And a cobalt lining. One of them has a lighter blue lining.
Okay.
So, yeah, just if you're buying them, just check the description to make sure you're getting the one you want.
Okay.
And I did some needle keepers because I had a few little pieces left. So there's just a couple needle keepers as well. So, I am doing these as...
How well those snaps match.
Aren't they
right?
beautiful? I know.
That is so cool.
Okay, I'm doing these as a kit. So, oh, I didn't mention. Okay. There are 2 different bases. So, when she asked me what base I want, I couldn't decide. So, I have 2 skeins of her MCN, which is 70% superwash merino, 20% merino, 10% nylon. And then I have 3 skeins of her sock, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon.
Nice.
And it's just, it's beautiful yarn. And
it feels really nice.
Yes.
It's really, really nice.
So these will be in my shop by the time you see this episode. There are only 5 kits, and I'm selling them as sets, except I only have 2 needle keepers. So I'll list those separately.
Okay.
Not everybody wants or uses them, so I'll list them separately, and then if you want a needle keeper, I think there are only 2 of them.
Okay.
Okay, so those will be in my shop. And then I think in the future, I don't know if, I'm not going to say that. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Do the new sock one that you're doing
Yeah.
with the snaps. I like
Okay.
that idea.
So I have a new to me fabric and also a new style. So I have started making these little ball bags. I don't know what to call them. I was like,
Let's not call them ball bags.
perfect. Well, some people call them ball sacks. Perfect pouch.
That's what she
I know.
said.
They're just little snap pouches, right? So this is I think they're shifty-eyed sheep because like, like this one's winking. And there's this fabric on the bottom.
That is like the happy fabric.
And
do you know what I mean? Like it makes you
dots
laugh.
in the middle, in the inside.
Hey, we got that. I remember being.
You were with
that.
me when we bought it.
I was.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
So this will hold, like if I hold it up together, and you helping me? Just put it beside so you can see. Okay. So it'll definitely hold, this is worsted, but it'll definitely hold a cake.
You know what? This is yeah, okay.
So it
That's
can
kind
keep
of a
your
cool idea.
it can keep your cake safe.
Keep your cake.
It's a cake safe. It'll keep your cake, or it'll hold a gobstopper, and you can also put needles in with it too. So you can have a sock project in here. I didn't put any handles or anything on them. It's just, you can tuck them into a tote
part of the thing
bag.
is that with it being short enough, you can actually, it stays up.
Yep. And
Right.
you could fold over.
Yeah. And then you get the polka dots and the sheep.
Yep. And just fold it over and knit right out of it.
Perfect. I know somebody that would
So
love
I'm
that.
starting to make these in fabrics that I'm putting out now. So this is my new fabric. I also did some needle keepers. Okay, if you don't use these, give it a try, because for circulars, for DPNs, and I actually keep, because I use DPNs for my afterthought heels, so I just tuck my DPNs in here and keep them in
That's
my
what
bag.
I've been using mine for.
Yeah, just to carry them. But they're really handy for circulars, especially when you get a lot of work on your needles and you're worried about the stitches starting to slip off.
I think you're doing a big shawl.
Yes.
I like this one. I'll hold it. You talk.
Okay. This is my zipper tote, my medium zipper tote.
Oh, the fabric on the bottom's nice too.
Yeah, I like that. I've had that for a while, and it just goes perfectly, doesn't it? Lift it up a bit.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's just like gray bubbles, kind of.
With a little bit of silver.
And they have the polka dot.
They have the polka dots
Lining.
as well. Very cute. I like that fabric too.
This is also
Ooh,
new.
These are froofy.
I have two.
I like
I have 2
those.
right now, but 2 of these.
Okay.
So I did drawstrings.
Ready?
It's the same print, different colors. And inside is this gray and white kind of a,
It's like a damask.
yeah,
You can't see it.
Pretty.
because it's-
there.
Very cool.
So I'm going to be making some more with this fabric.
That's very pretty fabric. I like the gold in it. Like
It
there's
is.
actual metallic gold.
I like the aqua color. I have made a couple more. So there's another one of my, I just made you say underwear bags, bras on one side, panties on the other side.
Oh, that was cute.
This, I don't know if, I think the other ones had a different, they had that wavy lining, but this
Yeah.
is like a paisley
I like the
lining.
bras on the front, panties on the back.
I do too. And then the inside, if you can see it,
Oh, it's just polka dots.
Oh, there,
color
just
on
right there.
color.
Yeah, you can see the dots there.
Good. I like
Okay.
that one too.
So that's,
Ooh, I like
this
this
is the small drawstring, which is perfect. Actually, so is this.
Yeah.
These are both
They're
small
both small
drawstrings, right?
Yep.
So good for a pair of socks, a hat, a pair of mitts, a one skein project. I have up on my cabinet behind Lisa a zipper tote done like this, but I hadn't done a drawstring like this. So I did a larger, like my medium sized drawstring. So it has both fabrics, and then
I like that.
That
That's a cute
paisley.
idea. I like it.
yeah, and the same lining. So this is definitely your 2 skein bag. Great for a shawl. The drawstring bags are not interfaced.
No.
There's a little bit of a return of some previous prints I had here. I found a few little pieces of the vintage
I
dresses.
like that one. The
So
vintage
enough
dress.
to
This
make
is so
a
pretty.
drawstring. Yeah, like I just had this. Yeah, so I've got a few of these left. Blue lining, really pretty.
Good job.
This is such pretty fabric. I love
It is.
this.
It's nice. I
Yeah.
like that one. And the fabric's like nice underneath. It's got like
Did
a
I show
vintage
it? I
look.
don't know how well I showed it.
It's got a vintagey
It looks-
feel to
yeah.
it. Mm-hmm. Yay. I like that one.
So
This one's
that-
nice too, though.
I made another Grello bag, the split bag,
Oh, and you made a pouch.
and I made a pouch. This little snap tote, ball tote.
Good. Even see the snaps just match perfectly. Like they just look like they're part of the pattern.
Yeah. Sometimes I do contrasting if I don't have a matching color.
So okay, so it's this way on this side,
And then I flipped it.
and then she flipped it.
Yep.
She's some cheeky, that girl.
This is a new fabric, and I think I've made it all up. So what I have is it. Like I won't be making more of these.
That's
I just bought
pretty.
1 meter.
That's
So
kind of.
it's gardening season. I love
I was
this.
just thinking that 'tis the season,
Flip it
right?
this way. Yep. This one has a handle,
Nice.
and there's a really pretty.
Oh, it's kind of a floral with a
Yep. I'm
like
trying to get
vine.
it so there.
with the vine. That's
There,
nice.
you can see it. That just taupe on cream colored lining. I made
You
a
can see
needle
the
keeper.
lining there.
Yeah, I just
You
switched
see
it.
Yeah, the lining's kind of nice. Okay.
These are sometimes I do them with the outer fabric
Inside.
overlaps in. It's just how you cut the fabric. One piece is bigger. Those are a little harder to turn and iron with the heavier interfacing. So these are a little easier to make. So I'm like, I do them like this sometimes too. I have a sack, tote, the little snap sack in that fabric.
That is really pretty, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And then
I have a small drawstring and a medium drawstring.
I like the twill at the bottom.
Yeah.
It gives it
The
kind of a
drawstrings have a
summery
twill.
feel, right?
Yeah. And a little more of a stable base. And the drawstrings as
That's
well.
my
If you
favorite.
put yarn in them, right? You can fold them over.
Which podcast said they like the sound of the?
I love that sound. When you,
I never
so you can
noticed
fold
it.
the top over and just knit out of it
Yeah, no, that's good.
like it's a yarn bowl.
Very cool. That's all.
And that's not all.
And that's not all, folks.
Okay, this is a big bag. I love this fabric.
beautiful.
I actually contemplated keeping this for myself because I don't have a bag this big.
There's always a pattern you like, though.
It's gorgeous.
That's
And,
beautiful.
and I just bought, these were fat quarters. So I
That's
have a
it.
couple of bags made of this and that's it. So this is a big one. There are actually 1, 2, 3 skeins of worsted and Aran in here and room to spare. So
cool.
this is a good size
Good
bag.
sweater bag.
It would be a good sweater bag for someone that I would need a bigger bag for a sweater. I need a lot more yarn. And then there is a purple lining.
That's really pretty. I like the way you pulled the purple out.
Yeah.
Because it's not, yeah.
I love this. I just love it.
It still may not be make it to the shop.
I think it will. I could try and find more. Well, there's a lot of this sort of batik type fabric. I just love the colors in this one. I also did a needle keeper.
Yep.
These ones will all be sold separately. Only the collaboration with Sarnia is
the
sold as
kilt.
a set.
Okay.
But the rest are just
Singles.
single pieces. This little bag.
They're like single ladies.
Another little ball bag.
Nice.
I did a notions pouch because I had just the right size of fabric.
Good job.
I think they all have the purple one.
Purple.
Yes, they do. And this is my normal size
Very good.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Are you seriously? They're so cute. Sorry.
She's jumping ahead.
We bought this when we were out.
These aren't sewn up yet, but I bought this fabric when we were out on our trip to Michigan. Totally cute.
Alpacas and cactuses.
Yeah. And then I should have flipped it so I could just flip it around. Lisa picked out this lining. It was actually in a clearance bin.
I think it's so cute.
I should do.
I think that looks so cute. I know, imagine I picked something that wasn't gray.
It just totally works.
Yeah.
So that'll be
I
the
like that.
lining fabric.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So these are, that was uninterfaced. These are just getting ready to be sewn.
She's been busy. She hasn't been out playing lately.
Yeah, and I bought a new sewing machine. I kind of went a little crazy and treated myself. So I have to learn how to use it. But I have a very old basic sewing machine. And sometimes when I do like the padded bags or if I do a heavier fabric, it struggles and I end up ripping out stitches and doing it again. So I have a new machine to learn how to use and I'm going to do these bags.
She's going to be a busy girl.
I'm going to do these alpacas on the new machine. So these will be coming soon. If you like these, they're really cute. With the cactuses. Cacti.
I think they're cute.
That's my shop update.
Yay, shop update.
So all of these will be in the shop by the time you see this, and I'll be posting the news on Instagram. So there's only 5, again, of the Starry Night kits. But if there are multiple listings, just read the description carefully so that you understand if you're buying the sock yarn or the MCN, and you understand which bag you're buying. Yeah, and then again, there's needle keepers, a couple of them, because that's all I had enough fabric to make.
Perfect.
So the collaboration was tons of fun, and that's something I will probably consider doing again in the future.
Very cool.
Like just doing a few. Yeah, if I have, a fabric that I think would be really neat to pair up with someone.
Well, probably is more of a pattern that speaks to you, right?
Yeah.
So, very cool.
Thank you so much, Sonia. Check out her shop. She does fiber as well for spinning, and she does a lot of I know she's done Tussa silk. She does some really nice fiber, and she has some gorgeous colorways in her shop right now. There's one called Wheat Kings, beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, it's got burgundy and gold. It's just beautiful, and I think she did it first on fiber and then did it on 2 different bases. I think she's got it on MCN and Lace Weight.
Very good.
So, and she said she's got a lot of. I think she's got an order of yarn in, so she's getting more done. So there you go.
Yay!
So thanks for all your support. My my shop has been it's been doing well. I mean, I never intended it to be a big full-time business. It's something I do on the side and to support our giveaways, and it's a lot of fun.
And her habit.
Well, you know what? Now that I bought a sewing machine, I don't have to worry about declaring a profit this year. So, but it's a lot of fun. I do enjoy sewing, and I love picking out the fabric and putting them together. So thanks everyone who has bought, and if you buy from me in the future, I appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's it.
Perfect.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
And go check out the Knit's Best Thing.
We'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.